Hello and welcome to this video where we will see how to get the maps really quickly, hopefully. If everything goes well for you. Act 6, the Brine King. Now, we will clear the starting area, the Twilight Strand, to unlock all the gems of Lily. Then we will head to Mud Flats. Don't bother talking to the Nessa. You don't need to talk to her, just go find the Dishonored Queen. That'll be a unique. Then go up the top, find the fortress, and follow the path through to the keep, and then go take out Tukohama. Then go on through all the way, just like any other thing. You go from place to place to place, find the tower, go up to the rooftop where you will fight Brutus and Chavarone. Obviously, for these four, you know the mechanics. Should be easy enough by now. Just make sure your resistances are up after Act 5. Then go down to Valley of Fire Drinker and then fight Abarath. And then go back down, talk to the peoples and get your rewards. Now to go towards the end of the act, we want to go back to the Prisoner's Gate, Western Forest, Riverways, like it says, to the wetlands. This is where we fought the Barbarian Bandit. In the wetland, go to find spawning ground, find the Puppet Mistress. She's got poison, so you'll take some damage by that. Take out the little minion things and then take her out. Go to town, talk to people, go back to Riverway, which is the main path. Head all the way through to Cabin of Anger, through the Southern Forest, like it says. You'll meet Nessa, and then you grab the flag, and then obviously you need the inventory space because it's 2x2. Head to the beacon area, which is actually where the beacon is. You got two little mini game things where you push the totems. A lot of mobs will come at you, the totem things pop up and do a lot of damage. So you'll want some AoE type stuff going on at that point. Light the beacon, go down, talk to the guy, find the throne, take care of the Brine King. Just keep moving around with that boss fight and you'll be fine. And yeah, keep the flasks up and it's relatively easy to get through. Act 7, Akailai, the massive spider. So, we go all the way through, we're at Broken Bridge, Crossroads, Fell Shrine Ruins, and the Crypt. That's where the Labyrinth trial is, I believe, both times. Head to level 2, go to the sarcophagus that's got the container, get the map. You can log out, log back in, go to town, by portal, whatever you want. We go back to Crossroads, go up to Chamber of Sins, where we went to first run through this place. Find the map device, put the map in, go to this guy's map, run all the way through to his workshop. It's quite easy to dodge most of the creatures, so it's not that hard to get there. Take him out. He's got a couple of little different things he does depending on how long the fight takes, but generally it's quite easy as long as you're progressing your build. And then talk to Sin and go to level 2 of the chamber. Now, on level 2 you'll find the exit to the den. Then we go to Ashen Fields, Fortress Encampment, Unalive Gearhurst. A lot of this is quite quick progress through unless you get trapped or you clear a bunch of area or you do the league mechanic. So we're actually progressing quite quickly in the game as well. It's not just that it's fairly quick bullet points, we're progressing quite quickly. So we head to the Northern Forest and this is where we actually get in the dreaded thicket where we avoided it first time through. go to Dead and Despair, take out Gruthkul, and then return to the thicket, collect the fireflies, there's 7 of them, and then go back to town. Now we go towards the boss fight. Well, the main boss fight. Return to the Northern Forest, go to the Causeway. Find the star in the Causeway, that's for another point. Then head on to the Vile City. Locate and chat to Yena. She'll do some stuff. You'll enter the temple, go down to level 2. It's pretty easy. It's similar sort of dungeon to anything else. You can get in a backtrack or not. Pretty easy to see what you got to dodge in the fight because beams everywhere. It's pretty easy as long as you don't make a oops mistake. Take them out and you're done that act, and we're up to Act 8. This act has a lot of bosses, but you're pretty much going towards mapping, and it's trying to get you ready for that. So we gotta go to the Toxic Conduits, then to Dodre's Cesspool, and then the Cauldron. We take out Dodre and exit the sewer and go to the Quai. We need to find an Ark of Eternity and then find the resurrection site. Unalive the Tolman after you talk to Caressa. She back a little slow, you gotta listen to her, but the fight's generally quite easy as long as you got either movement, depending on your build, movement or a bit of tankiness. It's not really a fight that you got to worry about. It's just more content that you got to do. So we go back to the Quai and then go through Graingate. Take out the Gemling Legionnaires and then go to the Imperial Fields, get the waypoint, go to town, talk to the peoples. Then we go back to where we were. That's why we got the waypoint. Enter the Solaris Temple, go down to level 2. This is a general theme in the game. Level 2 is generally where stuff happens. Take care of Dawn, go back to the Toxic Conduits that we went to before. Find the Grand Promenade, and then we want to find the bathhouse. Now you want to get the waypoint along these ways because there is trials along this way for the 3rd trial. And you can probably do that before you even do the end the campaign. So hit some of these, hit all the waypoints you see, but make sure you hit some of them, like the bathhouse. So we find the bathhouse, go through to the High Gardens, enter the Pool of Terror, and we take out Yulgul. Then we're almost halfway through the act when we go to the Lunanus Concourse and enter the temple, go to level 2. Told you there was a theme. And unalive Dusk. So we're taking out Dusk and Dawn now. You'll see where this is going if you don't know. Go back to the Lunanus Concourse. Go to the Harbour Bridge Shrine and take out Solaris and Lunaris. So we're taking out Dawn, Dusk, Sun, Moon, and that whole thing. That's pretty much the whole act. Just dealing with suns and moons. But that is the entire act. It's quite quick to do if you just want to progress through it. It is actually that quick. It's just the time to go from A to B, town, all that. That's going to add time. Depraved Trinity. This is where your damage per second or your amount of dot damage you can do, your cooldown times might come into a bit of a, oh, I need to fix that. So we go into the descent, find the Fisturi Desert, find the Storm Withered Chest, which will be surrounded by people. You should take them out, they're pretty easy. Airdrops, what you need. You go back to town, talk to the peoples, they'll give you what you need to go to the Oasis and do this next part. find the sand pit, take out Shikari, go to town, talk to peoples, go back to the desert. Find the foothills and the boiling lake, and you want to take out the basilisks. Then go back to town, then the foothills, and then enter the tunnels. This you do want to go back and forth to town, just so you need to get stuff and everything. So do a part, go to town, do a part, go back to town. Find the quarry, and then the refinery, and then take out General Adus. Go back to the quarry, find the Shrine of the Winds, take out Garikan. Go back to town, talk to people, go back to the quarry. A lot of these you have to return to the same little area. Talk to Sin, go to the Black Core by the Belly of the Beast and Rotting Core. It's just same old. Go through the content to the next part. Enter each portal and take out Sharon, Magligoro, and Dodre. They'll be pretty much the exact same as they were, except for you got to go through more to reach them than previous. Then you enter the Black Heart and you actually fight something which has them amalgamated into one. That's why I said your cooldowns and all that, you find out whether you actually have a good cooldown build, movement build, whatever you got. You'll find out whether you need to add a piece or you're missing something. This is probably where you're going to find it. Taking out the 3 individuals and then the 3 combined. Then we're on to the last act, and this is the pointy end where we're starting to focus on, okay, what maps are we going to actually try to run? What content are we going to interact with? So this is where we are polishing out at least early endgame build. And this is a lot of hanging around the cathedral part. Cathedral rooftop to the apex. It's where you fought Kitava the first time and you'll fight him the second time. Take out the cultists, gargoyles, talk and save Baron. Then return to the rooftop, go to the Ravaged Square. You can do a little side part that does a regret orbs, regret points, respec points for your tree. I just skip that because it's not really that important. You can just do it later or whatever. Enter the Torch Courts and go to the Desecrated Chambers. This is all very dark and names and all that because of the content. It's not necessarily gonna be dark and gloomy and oh no type stuff though. Then you take out the 2 bosses, Avurius and Reassembled, and then find and enter control blocks. This is the area that we went to when we went up the tower where Lani is and all that. Where we first met Baron too. And then you take out Valenta. Then we go back to Ravaged Square. Go to town, talk to the peoples. Talk to innocents in town, then you go to the square, talk to innocents there. Find the altar of the hunger, going through to the canals via the feeding trough. This is double check your resistances. You're about to lose 30%, so if you're not capped, you shouldn't be doing this fight unless you're really confident. If you are able to get 105% cap again, just like you did in the Act 5, because you're about to lose another 30%. If you're able to get 105% cap on the fire, lightning, and cold, do so. It'll help you without having to focus on the resistances in the next part. If you're all good, you go and fight Kitava. He's pretty much the exact same. And then you take him out and you finish the campaign. Now, early maps, I will say, don't really focus on what the maps are, just do them and get them. If you're doing the as a first character to get a second character. Then I'd focus on getting your stuff all set so you can run things consistently and not have to go to town, do this, do that. Focus on what you need to do and do that. Just put blinders on. Don't do anything other than what you are trying to do. If this is your character for good, then check out what your character is good at the moment, do different things, talk to people, and just experience as much as possible and find out what your character is capable of. But as it says, like, sub, donate if you would like. It would help me a huge amount, and I would certainly be over the moon about it. But until next time, bye bye.